Hello, this is Burcu Deniztan, and welcome to Boosting Psychological Wellbeing course. In this chapter, we will examine the relationships we have with the outer world and other individuals, and we will talk about the effects of our close relationships with other people and our social environment on our psychological well-being. We will take a look at the feelings which interpersonal relationships help us to feel. And people need boundaries to feel safe in relationships. Boundaries are important for every relationship. We will talk about setting and protecting these boundaries. And it is important to share responsibility in our relations with outside world, and to be aware of the obstacles beyond our control. So we will discuss the external barriers that cause adverse events. And next, we will talk about the difficult times we have been going through, pandemic, and what we can do to protect our psychological well-being in this process. Finally, we will question the nature of socialization in social media, and we all use extensively these social media platforms, and we will discuss their effects on our psychological health. Close relationships, more than many things, are what keep people happy throughout their lives. And taking care of your body is important, of course, but tending to your relationships is a form of self-care too. They help to support mental health and physical health, and they are a better protector of long and happy lives than social class, education, IQ, or even genes. So forming close relationship with others enhances the feeling of safety and happiness. The support offered by a caring friend can provide a buffer against the effects of stress. The person will feel safe with the social support they will receive from the people they are close to. On the other hand, low social support is linked to a number of health consequences such as depression, anxiety, decreased immune system, higher blood pressure. And these relationships can be in, of course, many types, like family relationships, friends, romantic partners. The important thing is that these close relationships should have quality and be non-toxic. The support that each of them can provide for the person may differ from each other, but they will all support the person's psychological well-being. Therefore, establishing social relationships with the people who we can share our feelings and thoughts is important to protect our well-being. Like relationships, close relationships, setting boundaries is another important topic. So it is an important part of establishing one's identity, and it's a crucial aspect of mental health and well-being. So boundaries prevent relationships from becoming insecure. They bring us closer together rather than further apart, and are essential for every relationship. And boundaries improve our relationships and our self-esteem. Boundaries can be both emotional and physical. We need to feel safe about both our emotions and our body. It is important to be aware that we need that we don't owe anything about our own body to the person we are physically involved with. So awareness of these boundaries enables positioning in interpersonal relationships, and they support self-confidence and increased happiness. Too tight or too loose boundaries can cause problems in relationships. and a person to feel stress and anxiety. They can cause these feelings. So, but boundaries can be flexible. So it is possible to build health boundaries without isolating yourself or spending all your time with others. Through healthy borders, you can take care of yourself and outside world and feel safe at the same time. So boundaries give us a space to grow and be vulnerable too. When the time comes, breaking down some of our boundaries and creating new ones help us grow and allows us to share our vulnerability with others, of course, in secure relationships. So, life isn't always as the way we want. We face many challenges, mistakes, and defeats, and because of all of this, we can feel very depressed, stressed, or sad or angry. These failures and mistakes create negative emotions, and these negative emotions affect the people's mental health. In such cases, it is important to evaluate the incident objectively and examine the causes of obstacles. It may be difficult to recognize external limitations due to our automatic negative thoughts, such as overgeneralization and personalization. We have talked about these negative thoughts before in this course. And to distinguish between these internal and external obstacles while analyzing negative events will give the person a more holistic perspective. In this way, we have an opportunity to make more feasible plans to achieve our goals. So we can correct our mistakes, which we are responsible for, while we can try different ways for those out of our control. It also supports our coping with negative emotions created by failure, and being aware of the external obstacles increases the well-being of the person by protecting his self-efficacy and generating more logical solutions to overcome the problem. Nowadays, we are going through a very challenging period for all of us, and there's a worldwide pandemic, and the most important thing for everyone's health is to stay in our homes. It is very simple actually. So that's why we have been away from our social relationships for a while, and being deprived of these social relationships due to physical isolation and reduced daily interactions may make people feel lonely and depressed. Not being able to leave the house, not being close to our loved ones, and not being able to do our favorite activities affects psychological well-being. So we can feel stressed and bored when we do that. In such a period, maintaining our social relations with the methods possible will support the sense of social support. For example, we can video call our family and friends and maintain our interactions. We can share our activities and feelings with each other, and we can overcome this process emotionally better. In difficult times, uniting with with other people of the society and collectivization has a healing effect. You can join online communities that value the same ideas and have the same goals as you. And we care about our social relationships. We should also pay attention to our relationship with ourselves. We can see this process as an opportunity to be more introspective and stay alone with ourselves. It can be a good opportunity to think about yourself and discovering your feelings and thoughts. While doing all this, it is important. It should not be overlooked that this process is extraordinary. So we have to know that, and we should be aware that. So this is not a production or creativity race, or it's not a marathon to improve ourselves. So it is enough to overcome this process in a way which is good for you. Social media is another topic which we will discuss. And while many of us enjoy staying connected on social media, I think all of us, and excessive use can fuel feelings of anxiety, depression, isolation, and fear of missing out. Maybe you heard about that. So especially at this time of social distancing and isolation, social media can be an invaluable tool for keeping you in touch with friends, loved ones, and the wider world. But you should be careful about how it makes you feel. Social media has many positive aspects, of course. We cannot deny this. Besides, we should be aware of the negative aspects too. Because of the other people, they tend to share just the highlights of their lives and rarely the low points that everyone experiences. Social media can make you feel inadequate about yourself and your life. The idea that you're missing out on certain things can impact your self-esteem, trigger your anxiety, and fuel even greater social media use. Therefore, you might feel obliged to take your phone and check your social media accounts. Studies show that social media fuel feelings of loneliness rather than bringing people closer. It is very important, and it is also a fact that many people are facing cyberbullying through social media. We should be aware of that too. And it is important to follow the time you spend on social media to get rid of the negative effects. Not allowing all social media notifications, not going to bed with phone, limiting usage can also be counted among these methods. So, in the next chapter, we will discover the importance of self-expressions, the importance of expressing ourselves by activities, and we will talk about the contribution of hobbies and creative works to self-expression and psychological well-being. And we will mention the effects of literature on one's imagination and how it makes us feel happy. And we will evaluate the methods to support our psychological well-being and the importance of getting professional help. So, thank you for participating, and I'll see you in the next video.